All right, so I'm in my 2022 Ford F350 trimmer package, and this video is actually for D-Max Junkie. You wanted to see what the video or the 12-inch screen looks like at night with the lights off, I'm assuming. So I'm going to turn off all the lights in the vehicle, and then we're going to just kind of take a look at the screen. You didn't give a lot of detail as to what exactly you wanted to look at, but I'll just go through a couple of screens and let you see for yourself what they look like without any of the lights on. So maybe you're looking for brightness or screen brightness or something like that. So here goes. All right, so here we are. We're looking at the screen right now. This is one of the first screens that comes up when you turn your vehicle on. You've got the mobile applications, you got the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and mobile apps, right? I can switch to audio here. We'll turn that down. Sorry about that. And it's just on satellite radio. And we can switch to the phone, and that's just the phone information. This is the screen
on your device and select it once it is found.
Okay, so this is the screen that you would use to set up a new phone. And let's see, so this is the FM, AM, radio, audio sources. Go back to that. We can do FM, audio sources, Sirius XM. And this button down here is actually going to be different, this audio sources button, because you can change this button here according to what you're doing. I can do audio sources, edit, and then I can choose vehicle settings. So now this button will always be vehicle settings right here. So I'm going to change it again, or go backwards. So I want it to be audio sources because I always seem to struggle when it comes time to find FM, AM, and those kinds of things. So I just keep mine as audio sources, but that's kind of cool that you can change that. And then move on to apps, and then that's just your applications here. Find mobile apps, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, mobile apps help, and that's that. And then you've got your settings in here where you can go and look at the phone list, add a new device or a new phone, your vehicle settings. And this is just some of the settings I have configured in the vehicle. I turned off rear occupant alert. It's just this little crazy little setting. I've got another video that kind of goes into some of these settings and talks about them. So I'll have to post that. It's not up yet, well, depending on when you're watching this. But let's see, sync navigation. So just some more settings in there. I like the weather, kind of gives you a map where you can kind of see the radar. Depending on where you are, you can see there's a little bit of weather up here and some weather here, etc. You can't really pan on it, but you can go to different levels, zoom in a little bit, and you can zoom in one more time. So that's cool. And then you avoid route settings and whatever else not. The bed camera, you can activate that. But I did a video on this where I'm talking about the bed camera, or the cameras in general, where they're pretty bad. So that's not really ideal. So your screen also kind of always looks like this. It's always a split screen. On this side, you can choose what you want to display on here, be it your radio or kind of different settings like that. Here I've got my air conditioning settings and everything else, so you can select that. So selecting this button here kind of allows you to see the same things in here, just in a different view. Kind of tells you, your bed camera with some nice little graphics, your audio or what do you call it, climate settings. Click on that again, then we can do audio. Click on that, and then it just kind of gives you satellite there. And then you can also use these buttons to kind of scroll up and down on it. And then on some of the screens, you'll see it's got an arrow here. That means you can pull it across, and then the whole screen will become that. So over here, you now have navigation. So if I wanted to have Sirius take over the whole screen and move navigation over to here, all I would have to do is grab this and kind of pull it across. And when I release it, Sirius XM will be this whole screen over here. So that's how that kind of works. Let's see, what else do we have in here? This is just your navigation settings where you kind of do some of that setting stuff in there. Hopefully this is helpful, D-Max. I'm going to zoom out a little bit just so you can kind of see all the lighting and everything else in the vehicle, give you an idea of what that screen looks like. All right, so this view here showcases the 360 camera. I know somebody else was asking me if I've got the 360 camera, so this kind of turn that on using this button up here. And this is the 360 view right here. You can see my vehicle over here, and that's all 360 right there. I've got different cameras actually up here that I can select. So I've got that, which is the 360. I got my front camera. This is one of the few modes where you actually get the whole screen. Usually you kind of have that split screen in there. So like that. I got the different angles. This is the front left, the right left, and then the center camera right there. And if I select that again, I should be able to get the bed camera. That's the truck bed. And then this button here is if I had an additional camera that I wanted to add, I could add it and it would always show up on that connection right here. This here, of course, is the hitch camera. It's kind of dark back there, so you can't see anything. But let's see what else. This is just the rear camera. So I've done a video on these cameras, talking about this camera in my initial review, and the camera is just absolutely horrible. So if you're watching this and you're wondering, wow, that's a bad camera, yes it is. So turn it back to 360, and then it goes back to that split mode, and that's about that. So I can turn off the camera here, and it's gonna, then I can go back to the normal mode. So that's about that. All right, D-Max, I hope that's what you were looking for. I just kind of clicked around. I wasn't really sure, honestly, what the whole point was, what specifically you wanted to see. So hopefully this was helpful. And if it's not, just put a comment in there and I can do a different video that showcases something different if that's not what you were trying to get out of it. All right, peace.